Hey folks, this is Jake Davis. I'm going to bring you a Soapbox today. I know I'm pretty late getting this one out here, but I wanted to talk about my thoughts on the 2020 Academy Award nominations. It's the 92nd Annual Academy Awards, and if you follow my channel, I don't know if I've really gone to it, but I've always kind of been fascinated with the kind of competitive. Movies are, I don't know, the Oscars kind of are suck because they're ultimately just a circle jerk and a beauty pageant. But at the same time, I do like the concept of them just embracing the competitive nature of their business. Uh, anyhow, I think there's way too many award shows, so it's kind of like each generation. Do you? I'm sure there are people who care more about the MTV Movie Awards than they care about the Oscars, just because at least they can vote on the MTV Movie Awards. Um, and I kind of think the Saturns are cool whenever they do them. Anyhow, yeah. Well, the big news today is that I might run down these nominees right now. But the big news today is that Joker leads with 11 nominations. And dude, I didn't think Joker. I was the critical one. I thought that because of the 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 manufactured controversy going into the film, plus the fact that it's just a comic book movie. That added onto itself, and just being right after Black Panther was such a long shot too. I was just like, hey, they're not gonna nominate him. I figure, Joaquin's not gonna be nominated. Be lucky if he gets like a costume nomination. Ends up leading the nominations, 11 categories, including picture, director, screenplay, and best actor of the year. Uh, uh, I was kind of hoping at one point with all those kind of nominations, hell man, it would have been cool if they would have thrown a bone to Frances Conroy for Best Supporting Actress. She was really good in that too, since this is now this big critically acclaimed film. I want to talk about that unappreciated performance from her this year. I love the fact that Scarlett Johansson is a two-time Academy Award nominee, man. She won, in a lot of ways almost kind of, it almost kind of feels like when actors are child actors when you're age, almost like someone seeing somebody you grew up with, get an award. It was great, see her finally nominated, finally get some respect for being a good actress. Yeah, I'm thrilled for her. I guess and that's another point. The Irishman and Marriage Story. I've actually kind of been avoiding these two films out of protest. I guess I'll go ahead and see him, because, first, it was that O.J. Simpson documentary, which was virtually a TV miniseries, and then there was Roma last year, and now another two more Netflix films. And I really kind of think this sucks. These weren't theatrical release movies. As far as I'm concerned, they're glorified TV movies. And, the only reason the Emmys and the Oscars are letting Netflix play in their reindeer games now are because they're actual threat to the wallet. I stand my ground. I say Netflix, Hulu, Prime, all these streaming services need to have their own little industry kind of thing. And yeah, promote the films that they want to be recognized for. If that means woke shit, well, it's their award. Let them do it. I think they should just do that. I know there's been attempts to get internet awards off the ground before, but, they've never been as powerful as they are right now. I'm thrilled. Jonathan Pryce and Antonio Banderas both got Oscar nominations for Best Actor. Two veteran actors with 30 plus years in the industry finally getting their first ever Oscar nominations. And how fitting and appropriate it is that Antonio Banderas' first ever Oscar nomination is for a Spanish speaking role. I don't know much about Pain and Glory, but I'm going to damn sure see it now. Lighthouse only got its one nomination, but it was damn sure for cinematography. As did Avengers, the biggest movie of all time. Couldn't get that just audience vote for that 10th best picture, just fucking cuz nominated, but did get visual effects, as I'm sure it will win. If it loses, that's gonna be just nonsense. the film Breakthrough, which was, I believe, distributed by that Christian film company that did films like God's Not Dead. I mean, I didn't see Breakthrough because, those movies, I'm a Christian, but the truth is those movies aren't really very good. uh, and I just think, hey, good for them. They got an Oscar nomination. That's they've been making money for a good few years now, and hell, they got some legitimacy, some appreciation, I guess, from the industry. So yeah, I thought that was nice. Knives Out got its original screenplay nomination. Knives Out wasn't bad. I enjoyed Knives Out, but it was just it's a murder mystery where there's all these characters, but it is painfully obvious who the killer is almost from go. I liked Cynthia Erivo got nominated for Harriet. I've said before that Harriet Tubman was one of my childhood heroes. I wasn't that impressed with the film, mainly because I thought it kind of glossed over the important things of her life to kind of tell this rivalry she had with her slave owner, who was a guy they made up for the film. I mean, she had a slave owner, obviously, but the character this guy plays was made up for the film, and it ultimately just kind of felt more like a fucking half-ass superhero origin instead of this epic historical war epic biopic thing. I've been told, since I saw that film, that Cicely Tyson played Harriet Tubman back in the 70s, and I am in the process of trying to seek that film out. And the last thing I want to talk about, I guess, is the Ford vs. Ferrari surprise nominee for Best Picture. I'm very proud of that. I thought that was a good movie. I really enjoyed Ford vs. Ferrari. I loved Matt Damon in it. Parasite, yes. Parasite got nominated for Best Picture, Director, Screenplay, international language film. I don't know. I think international language film sounds more offensive than foreign language film. Why not just call it international film then? And Parasite. No acting nominations for Parasite. That's not really a surprise. And of course, the big dog. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the finest film of the year, one of the finest films of the decade, I would say, is nominated for Best Picture of the Year. 9 other nominations to go with it, which include Picture, Director, Screenplay for Tarantino, Actor for DiCaprio, and the soon-to-be Best Supporting Actor winner, Brad Pitt. I'm thrilled that 4 of my 5 picks for my favorite movies of the year got nominations for Best Picture, being Parasite, Joker, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and 1917, which also picked up 10 nominations. I gotta say, it was, usually the Oscar nominations are, a bunch of, I didn't nominate anything. I didn't nominate my favorite stuff, except for a couple of things. Like a few years ago, Gone Girl was only nominated 1 category. I mean, seriously? But damn, this year was like, fuck, this is some of my favorite. Not only did my favorite movies of the year get nominated, they got nominated a lot. And fuck, it was great. It was really great. I look forward to the Oscars now. I'm going to seek out these other nominations between now and Oscars. I'm going to see as many of these nominees as I can. And then come Oscar night's going to give you, or an Oscar weekend, I'm going to do videos, putting out my pick, my ballots, what I would be voting for, not so much what I predict will win. Hope you like this video. Before I get to seeing all these films, I will be finalizing and shooting my top 5 best films of the decade. So I hope y'all watch that. Hope y'all enjoyed this. What do y'all think of the Oscar nominations? Do you even really care? I doubt you do. But thanks for watching this. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.